Oh, hi there, everybody. Hi there, Internet. Thank you for joining me in this back workout. Starting here with what you always see me start with on my back workout, which is my ring pull-ups. Pretty much for the same set and the same reps as I always do, because I don't think I will ever progress here, ever in the slightest. But I thought about it and I thought, if all I ever get is a first set of 7, a second set of 6, and a third set of 5, I will still be happy because I don't really think that's bad. I still like how it feels, and I like how it's developing my back. So I guess if I never get that 8th rep, that is life, and that so be it. I will still enjoy all of my sets. And then I moved on to my one-arm dumbbell row, supersetted with my kneeling lat row, if you want to call it that. For my dumbbell row, I hadn't done that in a while, but I started with my 60-pound dumbbell and got 13, I believe. For my next set of the one-arm dumbbell row, I did 50 pounds and did a set of 20 because I just felt like I could just keep going. That was kind of the theme of this workout, to be honest, was just really getting lost in the zone and feeling like I can just keep going and going way beyond what I expected to do, and things just feeling great and getting lost in every rep. I love sessions like that. I feel like I wish I had more of them. But I'm certainly grateful when they do come, and it does seem to be consistently a back thing when they happen more frequently than others. But I'll take it. Whenever it happens, I'll take it. Then I did my Dana Lynn Bailey pull down, which is kind of pulling narrow grip down, lower, more like to sternum, belly button, or whatever. And then I just moved into regular narrow grip pull down, so kind of a superset that way. That was great, Bernie stretch feel. And then I also did kind of another version, I would say similar, of just 2 different grips, sort of supersetted one with the other with my cable low row. So I did one grip with a wider grip, and then moved right into more of a narrow grip and just sort of supersetted that for a couple. Similar to what I did before, if you remember in my past back workout, where I just did lat pull down, wide grip, medium grip, and then underhand grip. So sort of a similar vibe for the low row. I didn't do an underhand grip, but just supersetted with a wide and a medium. So I'm gonna kind of alternate those 2 supersets, one back day versus the other. And again, just another thing that I got totally lost in. Really enjoyed this session, and I finished off with my typical incline bicep curls. Worked up to the 20 pounders today, so that's not too shabby at all for my weak, tiny little biceps that I realistically don't care enough about. But all in all, yeah, it was a really great session. I will also note what I mentioned in a video a while ago now, is that I was just going to work hard and push through making videos throughout May, and then I was going to take a break for June, just to kind of restore my emotional energy. I find it very draining to make videos, just with worrying about them, worrying about comments, just thinking about them at all, filming them, doing this commentary. I do find that it gets mentally draining, and I'm just not somebody that gets energized by social media. I just find it, I'm not like one of these social media people in just as my nature, where they're just happy to, continue making content. Like the people with huge Instagram followings or whatever, that just seems like they light up by the content, and they get energized from it, whereas I find it to be particularly draining, and been doing it quite a lot this year since I took a break from my channel late last year, and then was off it for a few months. And then when I came back, I had no idea that my channel would actually do well because it was dying. When I left at the end of last year, like December 31st, I think it literally was, when I left for those couple of months, my channel was dying at that time. Like my videos would hardly get any views, like a few hundred here or whatever. And it was very nasty in the comment section at that time, like disproportionately so. And I didn't expect, when I made one video, I didn't expect like it as a comeback, quote unquote, a comeback, where I thought all of a sudden my channel was going to do well again. Did not have that expectation. So I'm continually shocked that my channel hasn't fallen off yet. It hasn't started dying like it did before. I don't know what killed it before. I'm basically doing the same, very similar content that it died doing last time. So I just kind of keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. I think that kind of adds to the stress of it, just thinking like, all right, one video or another is going to be the last the one that anybody gives a crap about. And so I'm always continually surprised that people even watch my videos. And but I mean, with that said, it is tiring for my brain. And so I just kind of pre-planned. I love the idea of, well, obviously it just, with what I do here with my workouts and all that I love the idea of working towards something and then getting a break, like, which is not, I guess, not enough of what I do with my workouts, because it's always just another workout is always right around the corner and it's going to be harder. And so it's not the exact same mentality, but I like having that kind of target, like an end date for something. So I told myself, because I wanted to stop making videos, give myself a break before May, like late April. I was like, I don't know if I can do, I don't know if I can make another video. And then I told myself, no, I want to push through, because when I'm on my trip in June, I want to feel like I worked for something, like that I did it and I pushed myself through things, even though I was tired, even though I wanted to take, a break. I just liked that mentality of, now I can rest. You guys know what I mean? Now I can break. And I guess you could relate it to the workouts when you push yourself really, really hard and it's like, now I can rest. It just so happens that you have to turn around and do really hard things right away. But in this situation, I don't know how long my break is going to be, because I don't know how, if I find that I feel way better just energy wise and more workouts like this where I'm getting lost in them, my break will be a little bit longer. If I find I'm piling up with thoughts in my head and things that I'd like to get, off my chest, or certain things about my workouts that I'd like to share, then maybe I'll break shorter. So I can't forewarn you of that. I can only forewarn you that it's going to happen, and that I'm more eager for it than I expected to be. So it's kind of just like every video. I'm like, pretty soon it's going to be the last one till I could take a break. And so I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of a reminder that's happening. And guess I don't really know. It's probably just going to be a couple more videos that I'm going to put out this month anyway. And then I'm basically going to start my break, because I feel like I'm pretty much there with what I set out to do. And I don't want to push myself so far over the edge that I never ever want to come back, if you know what I mean. It's like, all right, I'm reaching a point. I'm reaching a breaking point where I just really, really need to step back from the internet. And like, that's not to say it has anything to do with my subscribers or anything like that, because again, I'm continually shocked by the amazing support and the wonderful comments and some of the interesting things that you share and that sort of thing. It's not like that so much, that obviously that doesn't drain me, but I will admit, just the social aspect of it does make me tired. Even, and it's like, it seems crazy to say that. It's like, why on earth would responding to nice comments fatigue a person in any way? But the social aspect, as minor as it is, it does make me feel tired. I'm not somebody, I just find a lot of social things to be tiring. And so that, and I can't explain why something as simple as responding to a comment fatigues me, but it does. But it's like, obviously I love that you guys comment. I love that you share things. I wish it didn't make me tired. It's the same where it's like, you think somebody needs some energy to respond to a text message. And I know that there's probably people out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. Those people that do have social anxiety or ADHD or any of those kinds of things, where sometimes messages from people is daunting. And you have to think for a minute, like, I can't believe that I'm tired at the thought of responding to this text message, but it's real and it's there. And I have that not with like everybody in my life, but there are certain people that maybe I feel like less myself with, or less comfortable, and I have to think a little bit harder about how I reply, or the thought of replying is overwhelming to me. And I don't know how long the back and forth is going to go. Like, if I want to wish somebody a happy birthday, then I think, oh no, are we going to make small talk? And then am I going to need a nap from this small talk? And I don't know why it is tiring in any way, shape, or form. I have no idea. It's just this mentally draining thing. And I wish it didn't happen. And I certainly wish it didn't happen with comments that realistically I would just like to just normally engage with, without thinking one way or the other about how my reply is going to sound or whatever. But it is something that I just like, okay, this is just another sort of thing that makes me feel more tired than I need to be. And so that's just another part of it. But that's not the reason. If that's all that was, I would just suck it up. That's all that was, I would just suck it up. It's just kind of like the whole thing. It's the constantly worrying about the next video being a huge failure and all of a sudden I'm a failure. It's also constantly worrying that the wrong algorithms are going to find my video, and that obviously I know that that is something that has happened in the past, where all of a sudden I'd have like a huge influx of like super negative people that are not supposed to be the people that YouTube should show my videos to. It's like YouTube really got the algorithm wrong, and it just sort of stirred up some people that are not people that would want to watch me or like me in any way, shape, or form. And so, but at any given time, that could happen. And so there's always that kind of like that underlying worry there of like, okay, oh no, am I gonna, is YouTube for whatever reason gonna show my videos to a bunch of like red pill, women hating incel people that hate everything that I am, that are going to say that I'm an OnlyFans person, and not only that, but are they going to shit on the people that comment because they also hate people that are nice to women, and I don't want my subscribers to get picked on at all. So there's always that worry there, and it's not irrational. I'd say that. So just eliminating that, eliminating, I guess just be I get eliminating having to put myself out there at all, because again that's tiring, and sometimes you're in a place where you don't have the energy to be that vulnerable. And in some situations, I will say that, yeah, I share a lot of things, and even just sharing what I'm doing is can be vulnerable in a way, because you're opening yourself up to criticism, and people will do that at any given moment, because people love to criticize people on the internet. It's their favorite thing to do, is because they don't do that in real life enough, and they get it out of their system because they have a free pass, they feel, to do it online. And just constantly being open to criticism is draining in itself. But also just like having the things that I do now be my own private personal thing, where when I do have these workouts that I get lost in, it's more likely to happen when I feel completely alone. And even though I'm working out alone, it doesn't feel that way because I'm putting it on the internet. So it's like, duh, it's not really alone. If a video gets 1,000 views, or hopefully whatever hits that, then I'm not alone anymore. And sometimes one of the greatest things about having your own home gym is like the solitude and the isolation. And when you're like feeling ugly, or you're feeling crappy, or you're in a downer mood, and you just need it to be like you and the weights, you and the iron, you and the sets, you and the reps, or whatever, you and the pain. It's like sometimes I don't want the whole world to like experience the pain with me. I want to be alone in the pain, in the torture, whatever and I'm doing, to get it out of my system, to use it more as the therapy that it's always been throughout my life. It's less therapeutic when I'm sharing it all the time. And again, it's not just to say, oh my gosh, I hate everything about this. I hate doing this. I'm constantly putting myself through something that I don't like. I don't mean that at all. It's just that when I do it too much, then it just gets to a point where it no longer becomes just me and the iron. It's me and, hey world, criticize me, and here's things going on in my life, and hey world, I'm being vulnerable, and criticize me, and all this sort of stuff. And so it's that I need to take a little bit of a step away from, because I will admit, when I left at the end of last year, I felt really, really good mental wise after, and energy wise, and the sessions that I had, like what I've been talking about here, is getting very, very lost in those sessions, not worried at all about how I look, how, where to film from, wearing whatever I want without worrying that people are going to judge me for being some sort of like scandalous creature. Or on the flip side, wearing really ugly shit as well, and letting myself bask in looking like hell and not caring at all, because the only thing that matters is lifting the weights. And I guess just less other things. It's just me and the thing that I love most, which is lifting. So I am looking forward to my time off. And I apologize, I didn't mean to make a whole video talking about how forward I am to not making videos for a while. I certainly didn't mean that, and I hope you guys don't interpret it the wrong way, or I hope that I'm not coming across in a way that I'm not intending to, because I didn't intend to be like negative about it. It's just that to understand why I need the break, and that it's such a positive thing. It'll be only positive things, I hope, in your minds and your hearts, that when you see me in an absent space here with gaps of my videos, it's only for like a really, really good thing. It's just for like relaxing my brain, healing my brain, energizing myself, being at peace, and being away from internet in general. It's not something I'm a huge fan of. So thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.